Sign guy here, as always, with my good friend, Arron Pressley. Hey, look, Arron, our beer guy's here. Hey, where's his beer? Hey, we gotta come prepared.
Here you go, sign out.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
There you go, Mr. Pressley.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, here's to you.
Here's to you, sir. You know what? I think this toast was a toast in to the last NSF show and to the new NWA 360, sir. Starts in February. And sir, now you're not just the voice of NSF. You're the voice of NWA 360.
Usher in the new era of the National Wrestling Alliance right here in Temple, Texas. Can you believe it?
Sir.
4 years ago, 2008, the NSF was born here in Temple, Texas.
Yes.
4 short years later, and then something for in the NWA.
Yes.
With names like Ric Flair, with names like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes,
Kerry Von Erich,
the Von Erichs, Harley Race,
Fabulous Freebirds,
the Fabulous Freebirds. Yes, sir.
God bless Buddy Robert's soul.
Here tonight, we broke the news. The NWA is coming right here to Temple, Texas. The NWA 360. Right here, Fieldhouse Gym, Temple, Texas. Can you believe it? Monumental announcement. New School Federation going out, but I'll tell you what, I think everybody's got a smile on their face knowing that the National Wrestling Alliance is reborn right here in Temple.
But NSF had one last show. And you know what? A lot of people look to you and to me. They can't make it to the shows. They were down. So we had five great main event matches. Anywhere in the state of Texas, they could be main event matches. Sir, would you like to start us off on what happened at the start of the show and introduce NWA 360 to the NSF fans?
Absolutely. NWA 360, the NSF. We're out with the old, we're in with the new. How apropos. NSF, the New School Federation, is gone. NWA 360 is here and here to stay, reborn in Temple, Texas. We kicked the night off with Ricky Starks. This was my first opportunity to see Ricky Starks here, and the first time for the NSF crowd. Once again, that's a guy we're going to see a little bit more of. Sean Killian didn't have quite the night he probably wanted to have. Seen the return of Sean, but Ricky Starks getting the job done.
You know, I've seen Ricky Starks many a times, and he's trained by some of the best. You may not know this, but he's actually trained by the NWA North American Champion, Carson. Almost said the wrong thing, but Carson. So Ricky Starks has got a lot underneath his belt, and he just got steps and steps and steps to climb. Killian was way out of his league with Mr. Sean Killian, but Sean Killian gave it his all though.
He didn't give it his all. You know, when anybody that ever comes, steps in that squared circle, gives it their all, no matter it's the New School Federation, no matter if it's branded Outlaw Wrestling, the World Wrestling Entertainment, it does not matter. The guys that are talent in this business that step in the ring give their all every single time, and that's why people pay their hard-earned money to watch these guys.
And then, match 2, oh, it got even better.
You know, we come the second match of the night. Who do we see? The NSF Tag Team Champions. The name went out with a bang tonight against the Dagger Brothers. We saw the Kings of the Underground, Scott Summers, and the Ace Ryan Justice.
Yes. The Dagger Brothers. They call themselves the Puerto Rican Dream. They want to be the 51st state. But they can't get the job done. Just like they couldn't get the job tonight against the Kings of the Underground.
Tonight they had their hands full. And when I say full, I mean as full can get. 2 legends in the making on the rise. Superstars, the Kings of the Underground, worldwide travel. These guys are the real deal in this business. I'll tell you what, the Dagger Brothers got all they wanted out of the New School Federation Tag Team Champions.
Yes, then we went to a beautiful intermission. You know, I was getting pops, I know intermission, I was getting pops. Fans were overjoyed because we didn't mention it, but I got to actually chop Mr. Sean Killian.
Sean Killian, you know, and that's
it was funny. It was funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go back to Sean Killian, but
and we can just say your assist for the victory of Ricky Starks here tonight.
But our third match, it was surprising. It was nice.
We talk about Ricky Starks. We talk about the man training. Who other And so apropos, once again, for the National Wrestling Alliance, we have the North American Heavyweight Champion, Carson himself.
Yes.
Here tonight. And I'll tell you, you talk about one of the very best in this business. You talk about a guy who you should be watching out for. If you haven't heard his name, folks, his time's coming, and your time's coming to hear of him as well. This guy is one of the best in the business today. And I'll tell you what, he walked away, even though without his hand raised tonight, he still left with the North American Heavyweight.
Well, it was Carson versus Dozer. We can't forget Dozer. Dozer is a mainstay here at NSF. Dozer has been at NSF probably since day one, sir. And, you know, Dozer's no give and take. Dozer's not a letdown. Dozer's not a pushover. So Carson actually had his hands full.
Absolutely had his hands full. Dozer, Los Angeles, California man, 275 pounds of wear you out, I promise you. He is a Central Texas champion. This was his first title defense since that hardcore match a couple months ago, taking that belt from Mike Fire. And I'll tell you what, Dozer is one to be reckoned with. You don't have a name like Dozer if you're not bringing the heat.
And then we go to match four of the main event of NSF.
Absolutely. The one-man Mike Dell, once again. You know, Byron Wilcott, Mike Dell here tonight. I'll tell you, big man versus little man. It was the classic story in professional wrestling. And I'll tell you what, Mike Dell was one up on this guy, but...
Well, Byron Wilcott was actually in the ring. In the ring with WWE's Ryback. Everybody saw it. Yes, he was a security guard, but still, he was in the same ring as a WWE champion.
I'll tell you what, any of these guys could be in the ring with the WWE. I'll tell you, our talent here in the New School Federation, now we're going to say NWA 360.
Yes.
The talent we have here in the National Wrestling Alliance 360, NWA 360, unbelievable. Unparalleled to anything you'll see anywhere in this business. I'll tell you what, anytime you come to one of these shows, you're going to get your money's worth.
Mike Dell and Byron Wilcott, it rocked the foundation here at NSF. It was give and take from the very, very start.
Absolutely. These guys, up and down, inside the ring, outside the ring, I'll tell you what, it was a battle from bell to bell.
You know, the fans who were not here missed a match that could be main event. Main event anywhere in the state of Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas. One man Mike Dell, Byron Wilcott. These guys are phenomenal. I couldn't even step in the ring with some of these guys because I know you couldn't, sir, because they're like giants in the indie scene right now. Giants.
And just giants, not just in the indie scene, but in this business in general. These guys are the top echelon.
And let's not forget the main event. The killer, Britt McKenzie, the NSF heavyweight champion, which is now the NWA NSF 360 champion. I guess that's what we're going to call him now. Versus the one, the only, Ring of Honor star, WWE ex-superstar, Charlie Haas.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when we talk about Killer McKenzie, all right, our heavyweight champion here, month in, month out, this guy is unbelievable, and he's unparalleled to just about anybody. This guy is one of the best talents on the scene in professional wrestling. Tonight, Charlie Haas had his hands full with the NSF heavyweight champion, the NWA 360 champion, Killer McKenzie. Once again, nobody follows the killer.
You know, if it wasn't for Byron Wilcott, I think Charlie Haas might have had that belt around his waist. But for some reason, Byron Wilcott decides to stick his nose in a place that's not his business. And then all of a sudden he turns on Britt McKenzie too.
Well, you can never judge what's going on in the mind of ATN. Whether you're dealing with the general manager, Danny Donovan, whether you're dealing with Byron Wilcott, addictive and expensive, or whether you're dealing with Mr. Texas Wrestling, Mike Fox. At any point in time, these guys, who knows what angle they're coming from, but bottom line, one thing's for sure, Killer McKenzie is still our champion.
Well, one thing's for sure, folks, there's not a show in January, but February, the first Saturday in February, if you want to come see a new start, a new federation, NWA 360, this is the place to be here in Temple, Texas.
The NWA reborn here in Central Texas. I tell you, you can catch it every single month, the very first Saturday of the month, right here at the Fieldhouse Gym, right here in Temple, Texas. And right here, Sign Guys Corner.
Well, let me tell you one question though, since I got you here. So I want to do another corner. What does it mean to you, sir, Mr. Pressley, to be considered now the voice of NWA?
I'll tell you, it means everything in the world to a man like me. Somebody who, from the time I was born, and the time I could point my eyes in the directions of this business, this means the world to me. And I see not only this business, not only this company, not only the NWA doing this, I'll tell you what, each and everybody involved in this organization is headed to the top.
Sir, Sign Guys Corner, the voice of now NWA 360, Arron Pressley. We're starting off first Saturday of every month, starting in February, NWA 360.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NWA 360.